Hello, and welcome to FMRevu. I'm your host, Freddie Robinson, and in this video, I'll be reviewing the Casio G-Shock watch that I recently bought. I'm a huge fan of Casio, and I do like their watches, and I've always wanted to own a G-Shock, so this is my very first one. This is the Casio G-Shock DW9052-1V wristwatch. The watch features Quartz Movement, a protective mineral crystal to protect from scratches. It has a digital dial. You also have the day, date, and month features, and this watch is water resistant up to 200 meters. It includes a chronograph, stopwatch, and a timer. The model of this watch came out in 2011. It does have a stainless steel buckle, a black resin band and case, and on the very back it's stainless steel protection. I did notice that on the very bottom of the watch, where the back cover is, there is some protection that is attached to the case of the watch that prevents it from coming open. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing when it comes to replacing the batteries, because you have to take these four little screws out in order to remove this little piece here to expose the back and get the back off and put the battery in. But these watches are rated to have 10-year battery life, so that may not be an issue. The face of this watch caught my attention. At the very top you see the day of the week and the date. Below that, to the left, is a round dial that fills up in 10-second blocks all the way until a minute is full. Beside that is a long bar, and that is a 10-second bar. Below that you have the actual time. I like to point out some features of this watch that makes it very, very useful to me as an EMT at work. For medical calls, I have to check the vitals of the patient, and you measure the pulse in 30-second intervals, and you multiply that times 2 to get what their pulse rate is. A lot of times I'll find myself watching the watch. This watch fixes that problem because this little bar in the middle is 10 seconds, and when that bar fills, then a block in the circle fills up, and then I'll know when the circle is half full with 3 blocks. Then I have my 30 seconds. So this watch is a very valuable tool for me, and it may be for you depending on how you use the timer in the very center of the watch. On the left side of the watch you have the adjust and the mode buttons, and on the right side you have the split, reset, and stop start button. Then at the very bottom you have the light button. Here's a side view to let you see what the buttons look like. They do have ridges on the outside that makes it easy to feel in darkness, and they are a little bit recessed so you can't bump them accidentally and change some of the settings on the watch. From the home screen, pressing the mode button once takes you to the alarm. Pressing the mode button twice takes you to the timer. Pressing the mode button 3 times takes you to the stopwatch. And pressing the mode button a 4th time will take you back to the time display home screen. The overall size of this watch is very nice on my wrist, and it's light and comfortable. I do think the build quality is rugged enough to hold up to some of the things I'll put it through as a firefighter and an EMT. And I'll demonstrate how the illuminator works to light the watch up in dark areas. And you can see it's easily read. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the G-Shock watch with several other watches, and also a Coke lid to give you an idea of what the faceplate and how big the watch is. And here's a close-up of the watch on my wrist to give you an idea of what it would look like. In closing, I would like to say, I think my camera is crooked. Something like maybe subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for more videos. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, favorite.